During the last 6,000 years, the Euphrates River has brought unprecedented prosperity to Turkey, Syria, Iraq, and Saudi Arabia. It has served as the region's primary source of water, resulting in unprecedented growth and fertility. Recently, a historic river has been drying up, and scientists have been studying the river to determine the source of this anomaly while conducting their studies. In the bed of the drying river, scientists uncovered a terrifying discovery. What did they find? Could this be the cause of the river's drought? Learn more about how the Euphrates River dried up. Join us as we investigate the terrifying information experts have provided about the changes to the Euphrates River and what they may mean for humanity's future. The Euphrates River and its tributaries are among the world's oldest rivers. The rivers of the twins, the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, flow through an area known historically as Mesopotamia, or the land between two rivers. This region has been known to be home to many ancient civilizations, the most recognizable of which are the Babylonians, Sumerians, and Akkadians. These rivers originate in the Taurus Mountains of southeastern Turkey, where tons of alpine snow melt into the river. Due to its significance in human history, the Euphrates River provided a steady supply of clean water for men to practice farming and other agricultural practices that later spread to other parts of the world. It is also one of the first rivers to be recorded in the Bible, as it is among the 4 rivers that were said to have originated in the Fertile Crescent, the region of ancient Mesopotamia, where the first and oldest recorded agricultural practices originally began. Bible records Euphrates River served as a vital dividing line between the East and the West. In recent years, water levels in the Euphrates River have dropped to dangerously low levels. The flow rate from Turkey into Syrian territory is less than 200 cubic meters per second, which is less than half of the amount agreed upon by the two countries in 1987. In most places where the water has dried up, farmlands have turned barren because there is no source of irrigation for the crops, forcing villages into unusually long droughts. The river has completely dried up, the riverbed is completely visible, and what was once underwater is now barren lands of cracked soil. The once fertile crescent that gave birth to the world's agriculture is now a desolate environment and is almost unrecognizable from the last 10 years, and the fishing economy of these places is now nearly non-existent, as whatever small pools of water are left are tainted or undrinkable. But the question is, what caused this once powerful flowing river to almost completely dry up? What it means for those who rely on its waters to survive? Different religions have different beliefs regarding the drying of the river. According to Christ scholars, the old Euphrates and Tigris River is experiencing a drought as a result of the second coming of Christ. This is due to the book of Revelation in the Bible providing evidence. After all, the Euphrates River was mentioned, and since it was mentioned in the Bible, they claimed that the end of the world is quickly approaching. However, another biblical reference to Revelations states that the 6th angel poured out his bowl on the great river Euphrates, and as a result, its water was dried up to clear the way for the kings from the east. Christians believe that the 4 angels were bound to the great river Euphrates, and demons are thought to be fallen angels who are frequently bound in the chains of gloomy darkness. The Bible also identified these angels bound to the bottom of the great Euphrates River as demonic beings, and surprisingly, the great Euphrates River, which has supposedly assisted these fallen angels for thousands of years, has an infamous relationship to human sin to back up this claim. It is documented that the first murder was allegedly committed close to the Garden of Eden. There have also been speculations about strange voices being heard beneath the drying river in the Euphrates region, which leads Bible scholars to believe that the phenomenon occurring with the Euphrates River is a sign of Christ's second coming. As the Euphrates begins to dry up, archaeologists have discovered some extremely interesting and unusual artifacts, such as a 3,400-year-old city, an ancient fortress, and frightening caves. Some have speculated that these caves were jails, but this is all pure speculation. Some believe that the religious leaders have used it as passages proved from the book of Revelation. Some think it is the sign that the end time is approaching. The drying of the Euphrates has biblical and scientific significance, as many Christians keep an eye on the river because it is nearly dry and mentioned in the Bible. A team of German and Kurdish archaeologists has discovered a 3,400-year-old city from the Mitanni Empire age. After the river dried up, the old city initially emerged from the Euphrates River. The settlement was formerly situated on the Tigris River. People believe that the expansive city, which has a palace and several large buildings, may be ancient Sukiku, which is thought to have been a significant center in the Mitanni Empire. The second event was the appearance of a mysterious cave that had never been touched by humans. Isn't it strange? The mysterious cave doors were discovered on the river's banks. It is clear that the cave leads downwards, making it impossible for explorers to enter, but netizens argue that it is a cave left by previous people who lived in the past. However, Christian scholars believe that these mysterious caves have been the home of demons for centuries. Not only do these people and entire communities say they are being tormented by a strange, incessant humming sound, but is this notorious hum coming from outside the house or inside the head? Many horrifying sounds emanating from the ground have been captured by archaeologists, and even regular folks in some cases described the sounds as groaning and agony that would give you nightmares and make your skin crawl. People have recorded groans and growls, with some even stating they have heard what could be likened to moving chains originating from under the earth. Religious bodies have explained this to be the fulfillment of biblical prophecy, but that leaves one major question. If the drying up of the Euphrates is indeed the fulfillment of prophecy, does that mean fallen angels will soon emerge to wipe out 1/3 of the human population? These inquiries have generated more inquiries, for which they have offered clarification. But what we are certain that the Euphrates River basin is in danger of desertification, which might result in a reduction in annual rainfall and the subsequent drying up of the river, eradicating roughly 40% of the territory. However, Muslims have their own belief. According to several hadiths attributed to the Prophet Muhammad in Islam, the Euphrates will dry up and disclose undiscovered wealth that will spark conflict and war. Euphrates River will soon reveal the gold riches, so nobody who will be there at that moment should infer anything from it. Muhammad, the Prophet, said, "The hour won't arrive until the Euphrates River has dried up, revealing the gold mountain for which people will struggle. Every man will say, 'Maybe I may be the only one to survive,' while 99 out of 100 of them will perish in the conflict." On the other hand, scientists believed that drought and climate change were the main culprits, but they discovered something unexpected as they dug deeper into their research. It turns out that the Euphrates water levels have been declining at a much faster rate than natural causes can account for. Reports show that the human activities are responsible for the river's decline, which include construction of dams, global warming, the use of river water for irrigation purposes. Nevertheless, the river's shocking rate of drying up has scientists concerned that all may not be well. But people are worried because they have religious belief that the world is going to end with Euphrates rivers drying up. Studies showed that by 2040, the rivers of the Tigris and Euphrates might be completely dry. What do you think about this river drying up? What impact the world will face if the river is dried? Do you believe that it's getting dry as a result of human activities like the construction of dams? Or do you too believe in the religious perspective of drying? Let us know in the comments section below about your queries. We will be back soon with another interesting video. Take care.